Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Be the Whole You. My name is Gulveg. All right, so it's that time again where we will be taking a look at the stars above, the tarot below, and see how we can best utilize this energy in order to manifest our best and highest good. So, what's really interesting about this particular new moon, it is in Gemini, it's at 9 degrees. The number 9 is associated with the Hermit card in the tarot. And the Hermit card in the tarot is all about going within. It's about going into the cave, so to speak. And it reminds us that all of the answers come from within. So, in addition to that, we also have the sun that is also in Gemini at 9 degrees. So they're right on top of one another. And so, what it is that we will find out internally is going to affect our persona, how we express ourselves. It will influence our job, how we see ourselves, how we interact with the external world. There's a lot going on here, especially with Mercury being in retrograde. And Mercury's in retrograde, so it is going into the underworld. And Mercury is the planet that rules Gemini. So that's very interesting, right? So we have the hermit going into the cave. We have Mercury going into the underworld. So let's take a look with the tarot and see what might be what's the word I'm looking for when a person goes and dig up fossils and such. So it's like we're going to go into the underworld to dig up treasure. Let's see what kind of treasure is in store. All right. How best might we utilize this new moon in Gemini, May 30th, 2022? Okay. Well, my friends, I have to say that after the rather intense reading that we had for around the full moon, the lunar eclipse that was a couple weeks ago, if you remember, we pulled the tower card and during that reading. And so that was interesting. And the tower card is always intense, but it's always clearing way for better things. And a lot of the message that was coming through was that the tower was making way for something so much better. So I think that we're all going to be pretty happy about the fact that the very first card that comes up around this new moon now is the star card. The star card comes up when we've been through a dark night of the soul and we're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. It's about rebirth. It's about hope. It's about starting again. It's about a freshness. And it's also about receiving affirmation for perhaps some of our really good work. It's, like you put in your dues, guys, and it's going to pay off. So then we also have the Hangman. So as we're coming to the end of this tunnel, and we're starting to see that, The dark night is starting to lift and that dawn may be appearing. There's a new perspective. And not so surprisingly, we have the Hermit card that came up, and this energy is defining this new moon all over the place. It is, I mean, number 9 is the number of the Hermit card, like I mentioned. And the hermit has to go into the world, into the underworld, aka the cave, so to speak. And in the cave, he gestates, he meditates, he does his experiments, he researches, he's gathering information in order to emerge with something new, to emerge with new perspective, new wisdom. This time is also inviting us to slow down, because the energy that we've had to use thus far to get through the tower time that we are coming out of, so to speak, has left us pretty exhausted. The Four of Swords comes up when we're tired, we're burnt out. It's time to meditate, it's time to relax, and it's time to pause. And actually, it's in the pause that we will be able to hear the whispers of the intuition over the shouts of the mind and over the shouts of the external world. We'll be able to hear the wisdom of our hearts over the shouts of fear. And the conclusion to this, my friends, this is so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy because the last few tarot readings, they have been a little bit of a mixed bag. And it was like this continuous like message of like, we're going inward, we're going inward. It's going to get better. But like, first we have to do the hard work. And now what I'm seeing here is like, finally, like we're going to see the fruits of our labor. Because the last card that comes up is 10 of Cups. This is all the good things, my friends. It's all the good things. It's health, it's work-life balance. It's enough money to meet more than our needs. It's harmony. It's a happy family. It's all the good things. So, yeah. I feel like I wanna, like, virtually give you all a high five because, like, in order to get to this place, we would have had to do, like, some real, like, work, like, really allowing ourselves to evolve and going through, like, the birthing pains, so to speak, of rebirthing ourselves to ourself. So, like, seriously, like, give yourself a pause, celebrate where you have been and where you're going. Give yourself that much deserved pat on the back because you deserve it, y'all. A big theme of our last reading was that there's something better out there for you. Whatever it is that was like kind of sticky to let go of was actually clearing the space to make way for something better, even if we couldn't see it yet. And now with the Star card and the new perspective of the Hangman, we're starting to see where we might actually end up be going. We may not have all the details yet. This is still in process. Like where we just came out of the tower energy and now we're looking around at the rubble and you're like, I could do something with this. Like you could build a new house with that rubble. You could build a business. You could build a bridge. You can build whatever you want. You can build a new life. You can build new habits, new lifestyle, new opportunities, new adventure. And the Hermit card is inviting us to come from a place of fulfillment because also astrologically, Uranus is also in Taurus with North Node in retrograde at 21 degrees and Mercury in retrograde in Taurus at 26 degrees. So all of these guys are conjunct, right? You got the North Node that is about our life's mission, our purpose, where it is that we're going. And it's in retrograde in Taurus. So it's still in this incubation phase. So like, for example, the Empress card teaches us that you have to incubate first. You have to gestate in order for something to be birthed. There's always that pause before fruition and before we actually get and receive and are able to take action on what it is that's new. So this is kind of like that phase in getting a new job where you know that you have the job, but the offer letter hasn't come to you yet. You haven't signed on the dotted line yet. It's that part of the phase where it's not official yet. It's not completely tangible, but it's in the bag, so to speak. Uranus is saying that things are going to change. And we knew that from our last reading. We knew when the Tower card comes up, change is inevitable. So things are changing. There might still be a little bit of residual, might be cleaning up a little bit of that rubble from the Tower card. But rest assured, like, you are arriving. You're arriving, even if there's some work that's still left to be done, like you're arriving. And there's going to be this beautiful time in which we are going to be invited to take it easy. And it's actually in that taking it easy and slowing down enough to meditate and to rest, in which we might actually be making more space for even more clarity. Because the hermit, when he comes out of the cave, he has this lantern, right? And inside this lantern, you can't really see it in the video, but it's a six-sided star. The six-sided star is associated with the heart chakra. And because this is where our energy comes together, and it's literally where heaven and earth meets for us. It meets within us. So we have an energy current coming down and we have an energy current coming up. And right there in the heart center is the neutral bridge between those. So this is energetic anatomy. It's not just a metaphor. So lead with your heart. Let your heart lead the way. This is a time in which we have a very unique opportunity to allow our inner truth and our joy be able to define our new circumstances versus taking a look at our external circumstances, doing the pros and cons, and seeing what might be easiest to step into. This isn't about the world defining us and our journey. It's about us defining our external journey. So allow the heart to lead the way. Don't let the mind get in the way on telling you what is possible and what is not. You probably have a lot more opportunity than you're giving yourself credit for. Oftentimes we do. So allowing within to express the without. This is a really powerful time. It's a really powerful moon to be able to create new reality, especially in terms of housing, wealth, job, health, like tangible physical things, because of all the conjunction that we have in the sign of Taurus. So there's a lot of going on in Taurus right now. And so there's a lot of energy around what it is that you want and what it is that you focus on, and using the law of attraction and synchronicity in order to attract external resources such as home, shelter, job, wealth, that type of stuff, to attract the best of that to us. You've got it. You've got this, guys. And the new moon at 9 degrees and the sun at 9 degrees says the same thing. Is like, as within, so without. As above, so below. So this is a really powerfully supercharged new moon, in that our spiritual work is going to finally bear fruit. Thank you all for joining me here at Be the Whole You. Check out this week's podcast, where we will take a look at what our psychic gifts are, known as the clairs. Take care. Bye-bye.